Hi, I'm Craig Bannister. I'm editor-in-chief with MRC-TV, and I am joined today by Matthew Whitaker. Mr. Whitaker is a practicing attorney and executive director for the Foundation for Accountability and Civic Trust, or FACT. Mr. Whitaker, thank you for joining us.
Glad I could be with you today.
Now, I understand that you served as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Iowa from 2004 to 2009.
Yeah, I was a presidentially appointed United States Attorney, and we prosecuted a lot of different types of crimes. And I also, interestingly, served with Jim Comey in the Department of Justice when he was the Deputy Attorney General.
Well, that works out well because our topic today is FBI Director Comey's comments basically saying that no reasonable prosecutor would bring charges against former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for her handling of classified emails on her private server. So first, I'd like to get this out of the way. Would you consider yourself a reasonable prosecutor?
You know, I would. There's probably 2,000 defendants that wouldn't, but that being said, you know, in today's USA Today, I wrote an op-ed that said that I'm a reasonable prosecutor and I would indict Hillary Clinton based on these facts.
Well, that was going to be my next question. As a reasonable prosecutor, you would have no qualms about indicting Hillary Clinton. Why is that?
Well, first of all, we always, in the law, I think, have to go back to the statute and the Constitution. And under the Constitution, actually, FBI Director Jim Comey can't indict anybody. He can't charge a crime with anybody. It's got to go through the grand jury system. And so these facts are obviously concerning enough, and everybody that's read about them, including Comey himself, has said the law was violated. And I think a grand jury of 25 citizens of the United States should look at these facts and decide whether Hillary Clinton or others involved should be charged with a crime. I certainly believe an indictment should be presented to a grand jury, but ultimately it's not up to the prosecutor or to the FBI director or to an FBI agent to charge a crime. That has to go through the grand jury system. And under these facts, I mean, listen, he said that she was extremely reckless or extremely careless with highly classified information. If you read the statute for mishandling of classified information, it's very clear as to the standards. You know, he said that there wasn't enough that was mishandled, or it wasn't intentional, and it was just incident to sort of this private email server, which was not a crime in and of itself. And so, you know, that's where we find ourselves. It's very disappointing. But it's not, I don't think Hillary Clinton is necessarily out of the woods either.
If you were in Attorney General Loretta Lynch's position, now that the FBI director has said that he does not recommend bringing charges, what would you do now?
Well, I mean, the next step is they essentially send a recommendation of non-prosecution or a non-pros recommendation, and where you would go with that is you can overrule the FBI based on the evidence that's presented, or you can accept that recommendation and take no further action. Again, I think this is why we have the grand jury system, and I think you would present these facts and circumstances and let a grand jury either pass an indictment or a return of no bill, which is not a decision not to charge. But I just, you know, the fact that Jim Comey, who I know well and respect a lot, kind of acted as judge and jury and down the marker that no reasonable prosecutor would pursue this case under the facts and circumstances, I think was stepping over the line.
Okay, so you were puzzled by this statement.
Yeah, I was puzzled by the statement. I was also puzzled by the event. I have never seen an FBI agent, an FBI leader, an FBI director stand up in front of the media and lay out the facts of a case that is still arguably open, and then give his conclusion and recommendation. It was unprecedented in my experience and highly unusual. And I think It demonstrates that probably there was some disagreement within the Department of Justice and at the FBI, and he felt it was necessary to lay down a marker and draw a line in the sand and try to put an end to it. But again, I don't think it necessarily clears Hillary Clinton from the what she did. And the bigger consequence ultimately is what you've seen over the last day or so since that press conference, and that is that all of the compare and contrast what she said over the last year and a half to what the director found under the facts and evidence that he was able to investigate.